Hello and welcome to the Potted RV again. Today is a little bit different. Most of my videos are a little bit different each time, but this one's kind of odd. This is kind of an emergency video. I wanted to take you along with me just so you can see um, how to go about doing this if you ever have this happen. I had planted one of my eggplants in a pot that had um, common chives planted in it originally, but the chives never came up. Well, the day before yesterday, I noticed that they were starting to sprout. We had a really bad storm blow through this morning that as I look through the pot now, I'm not seeing any chive sprouts, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways and move the eggplant so that you can basically get an idea of how to do this if you ever have this happen, because it's definitely something that's good to know. So I'm going to bring you down, let you see what I'm doing here a little bit. And then I'll walk you through what I'm doing. So let's see if I can just do that. Okay, so this right here is the eggplant. This is a jewel amethyst or amethyst jewel eggplant. This is seed I got from Botanical Interests. And like I said, I can't find any of the sprouts now after the storm, which is kind of odd to me. I've actually moved fingers around, but my husband said some of them did get knocked over. So I probably could just go ahead and leave this alone now, but just I was planning to do this as an emergency video as yesterday, so let's just go ahead and do it. So I have a smaller pot here that is very similar soil. It's basically the same. I've put a hole about to my second knuckle, and that's just to give the roots of this enough room. Now, this is why I tend to use miniature style tools versus your bigger garden trowels and garden forks, because I'm dealing with smaller spaces. So I'm going to come in here, and about an inch away, I'm going to basically cut a plug around and come as far under as I can. And it did have, I was supposed to drop it. It did have some of its root down here. It should be all right though. So I'm going to come in here, and here's where I've always found it fun. I always have to pull the soil back as best I can, and just press it down. And it should be okay that way. And it's pretty simple when they're this small. They can take a little more rough handling than some of the bigger plants, even though bigger plants can handle it quite well too. It's a pretty simple process. But like I said, I'm not seeing any more. I'm in the view. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the view. Not seeing any sprouts here. And I do believe I recorded or at least photographed some of them before I started. But I'm not seeing any right now, which is so very strange. The wind shouldn't have removed them, but you know, heaven only knows. But it's a fairly simple process to go through and remove a seedling and place it into a new space. And that's pretty much everything got moved around with the two new beds. So I'm still trying to figure out camera angles, and it's going to be a fun couple of weeks till I get used to it. I'll be out of town for the 4th of July, actually. So one of the videos I'll be doing that's an upcoming video is prepping gardens for travel. Obviously, the garden's not going to travel with me, but doing something to make sure that you don't have a watering issue without overwatering. Because Lord knows with a toddler around here, I've had that issue come up quite a bit. So one of my videos that'll be going on next week is going to be, but one of my videos next week is going to be on using terracotta spikes and wine bottles, because as much as I try to convince myself that I'd love to show how Oyos work, or Oyas, I'm not willing to spend the exorbitant price on Oyas. So there's another less expensive way to go, and that's with terracotta spikes. They'll do the exact same thing. So I hope to see you guys on that one. I really do think it's definitely a handy one to do, especially anymore with the economy the way it is. Nobody wants to spend money where they don't need to. And when it comes to Oyas, the cost of them now is kind of prohibitive to most people. I mean, a garden this size would take me probably 4 Oyas per bed, and then the bigger pots would also have them, and it would run me well over a couple $1,000 just to handle these. And that's a little extreme. Whereas terracotta spikes, it will probably take me 20, maybe 25 terracotta spikes plus the wine bottles, which will run me about $100 to do the entire garden and all of the plants that are, this is one of my blueberries, all of the plants that go along with it. So that is one thing that I am going to cover. This is probably going to be one of my shortest videos because it's really just, this is called pricking out, what I did earlier with the my toddler with the seedling. That is called pricking out. A lot of people use it when they overseed, particularly lettuce seedlings. A lot of people will go ahead and overseed a pot this size and plant like 10 or 15 of them, and then just prick them out and spread them. That's one easy way and cheaper way to do it than buying big trays. Not all seedlings can be crowded in like that, but a lot of them can. And pricking out is a perfectly viable method to be able to move them along. And as long as they don't have their first set of true leaves, they're typically pretty resilient at snapping back. So, yeah, they are fragile, but it's that stem you don't want to break. As long as you don't break the stem, which is why you'll see some of the other YouTubers that'll grab a hold of the 2 leaves and pull them out. I don't go that method. I'll literally dig them out. For the most part, they do just fine. It's no big deal. It's a pretty simple one, and I hope you liked this video. Obviously, I'm not quite done talking because, I like to talk. That's why I've grown really enjoying YouTube. It's been a very fun task for somebody who likes to talk. This is definitely one of the best hobbies I've ever come across. It includes my favorite hobby in the whole wide world, which is gardening. And I get to talk about gardening. So that's an awesome thing. Anyway, my dog is going to start barking here very shortly, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this at this. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.